recording. We will take literature. Grapes of Wrath. We'll continue the third read. Okay. Here is it. We started it previous time. We said that it was transferred into a movie by Nonelly Johnson. We answered the discussion question. Okay. Judy, do you remember the answer for this question?
Can you repeat the question?
I didn't share the PowerPoint.
No.
I thought I shared it. Wait a minute. Can you see it?
Yes.
As we said, it was transferred into movie for Nonelly Johnson. The discussion questions. Yes, Judy, this is question number 1.
So wait, the screen is late. I can't see it.
Okay, the question is, what do Floyd's first 2 comments to the agent show about him? When Floyd answered the agent, okay, what his answer show about him?
Which question did he ask?
Not question. Remember when the agent came and asked him to, the agent told him, tell me, come and work. So Floyd said to him, okay, I will come, but you have to go and give me the contract to sign it and this. It says what about him? Anyone remembers?
That he likes
you remember
order. He wants.
Yeah, he what?
Yes, I remember when he asked him, are you hiring? And he said that yes. And then he asked him, I want a contract and
Yes,
I need order first to know what I'm doing.
This tells you what about Floyd?
Maybe it says that he wants something guaranteed.
Yes. Yes, so
and he's precautious about.
Yes, excellent. Yes. Read it, Jude.
I still can't see the screen.
Okay. His as you said, he is cautious, careful, and bold, brave. He doesn't want to trust the agent at his word. And he stands for himself. And a person who stands for himself is a person who defends his right. Okay? Although that the agent holds more power than his, but he stood for himself. He said to him, go and bring the contract. Okay? So we can understand that he is careful, bold, cautious. He doesn't want to trust the agent. So explain your response that he stood for himself, defended himself, although that the agent holds much more power than he does. Question number 2. What does the reader learn about the agent from the way he treats Floyd? Who can answer this question, girls?
Me.
Yes, answer it.
He doesn't have manners. He is arrogant. He thinks that because he has power, so he can boss everyone around. Yes, heck. He's not good, he's not just respecting them. He treats them not in a well manner.
Yes.
Yeah.
Read it, Yehuda, if you can see it.
Yes, I can see it. We learned that the agent is devious and untrustworthy. We also learned that he is bully.
Yes, so he is untrustworthy, okay, devious, and he is a bully.
Yes.
Okay, question 3. Why does the agent call to the deputy? Maya, do you remember?
Yes, miss.
Do you remember why does the agent call to the deputy?
No.
Okay. Anyone who remembers, girls?
Me.
Me.
Yes, answer please. Linda?
Yes.
Or who said I remember?
Yes, it's me.
Yes, indeed. Go.
I forgot what was I going to say.
Okay, who remembers?
Me.
Yes, answer please.
Huda. Answer
Huda,
again.
Again, no.
Okay.
Anyone else? Why does the
I
agent
remember.
call to Yes, Dima.
Malika.
Malika, yes, dear, please.
The agent didn't like that Floyd kept questioning them, so they called the doubt to show that they are powerful
Yes.
and be afraid.
Yes. Read it, Malika.
He plans to use the deputy to intimidate the migrant looking for work. He doesn't like the fact that Floyd has questioned him and will not back down.
Yes. Okay. Then we started to like comparing and contrasting between how the author gave the message or give the theme in the two excerpts. Okay, here in the novel, okay, and in the movie. Okay, we said that in the dialogue, the type of characterization, okay, Floyd, he said an example of the speech, he said, you join the hiring. So it is written in a dialect, informal but necessarily friendly. Okay? It reveals what it shows an element of skepticism that he is doubting on Floyd's part. Perhaps distrust of the agent. Maybe Floyd has been burned before. Then we discussed the action. Okay? We said, what about the action? We said that Floyd's thumbs hook over his belt and he looks off. Tom's look away as an answer. His thumbs also hook over his belt. And we said they both of them did the same action. These are direction, that how they act in the movie, how they act. Direction is from the director or the writer himself. This shows the secretive bond between Floyd and Tom. They have a common cause to do something and likely have a mutual enemy. The body language, we discussed it. We said a group of men is squatting in a half circle, the usual pattern for conversation, but they are silent now as they are eye fixed on the man approaching. And we said that when people talk and they stop talking and they fix their eyes on someone who is coming, they are anticipating or they are waiting. Okay, so the squatting together shows the connectedness of the men, as well as their folk-like ways. Their eyes on the approaching man shows suspicion. They are anticipating and they are suspecting the coming man. Okay. Then we discussed again action, the body language, the attitude. But here girls, here the action was in the movie. Okay. Here, the action will be in the first excerpt. What happened in the first excerpt when he said he wears riding breeches and lace boots? No, it was also in the movie. Here it was also in the movie, guys. It was about the deputy. Carries a pistol and cartridge belt, and there is a deputy sheriff's star on his brown shirt. He smiles thinly and shifts his pistol holster as he starts toward the group. As he starts, yes, toward the group. So here he shows what his dress reveals what he is a sheriff. Now we know he is a sheriff. His thin smile and the way he shifts his pistol in a holster, just to remind those other people, to remind them of his power, to show off his power. Okay, then the attitude, here in the excerpt, in the first excerpt. So here, girls, here, attitude here. We took the action, body language, attitude for the deputy. Here, attitude for the first excerpt. When he said men of property were terrified for their property, they reassured themselves that they were good and the invaders bad. Here, It revealed the fear people had and the self-deception they indulged in. They said to themselves that the Ukis are bad, and they were set for this idea. Okay? Then, actions. I think we stopped at the actions, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I guess we finished
Okay.
that. Well, not.
I think we stopped at a point. So here, when he said in the first excerpt, the local people whipped themselves into a mold of cruelty,
Miss, we
then they
answered
formed
actions.
units. Okay, so I would just repeat it. They
Okay.
had a mob mentality and were ready to inflict violence. They were starting violence. They were ready to take a violent action. Okay. Then the last thing, which we stopped here, I think, the actions attitude. And now the great owners and companies invented a new method. Here, remember when did it happen? When this sentence was said? Remember, and now the great owners and the companies
Yes.
invented a new method where?
In the first شو اسمه? The first script.
Yes, it was in the first excerpt.
Excerpt. Yeah. You want the line?
Remind me, yes, I want you to remember. When did it happen? The new method of... Yes, Serena?
Is it at the beginning?
Yes, at the first excerpt, at the second page on this right, when he said the canneries, when they start canning food.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah,
So
you
it
know,
tells
they
you
began
what?
to be cruel.
Yes, when they started to the canned food to sell the food more expensive than its usual price. The great owners and the companies invented a new method. It shows what about human? Yani in the time
They
of...
can be cruel.
Yes, they are
And,
planning now. They are planning now to take more advantage of the situation.
Yeah, without instead of helping each other.
Yes. So the people with money were willing to take more advantage of those who were less fortunate.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes.
Okay. So then, girls, we have the homework. I will upload the online assignment for you on page 215. You write a short essay in which you analyze how the dramatic elements, setting, dialogue, stating, stage direction, conflict, what is written here in this table. In Nonley Johnson's movie script serve to advance the plot of the story. So what I wrote here in the table, you take and you write it in an essay. How? But in only in the movie. Only in the movie. Dramatic elements, such like setting, the dialogue, the stage directions, the conflict. Okay?
So it's not from the script, it's from the scenes.
From the script, the movie, from the second excerpt.
Yes. From the second
Okay.
excerpt, yes.
Yes. So girls, I asked you to solve connecto testing. You did solved it?
That was for today.
Yes, but then I told you previous time solve it, so we solved it together. I told you I know that it is homework for this week, but I want you to solve it together.
Miss, we can solve it together now.
Yeah, we
Okay.
can solve it together.
Okay,
yeah.
because it's important. So start solving page 219. Take your time, please.
Can I solve the first question?
Yes, Judy. Okay, read the question, Judy, and solve
How
it.
do I?
Yes. 219 girls, all of you be with me, please.
One theme of the Grapes of Wrath involves the conflicts between different groups of people and how these can contribute to xenophobia, which is the fear of that which is perceived to be foreign or strange.
Okay.
Choose the lines from
Read
chapter
from the beginning,
21.
Judy. In this chapter, you practice using textual evidence.
In this chapter, you practice using textual evidence to support your conclusions about how the author's craft contributes to the tone of a story. When you take assessments, you will be tested on your ability to support your ideas by using textual evidence. You may also be tested on point of view, literally devices and language conventions. Here are examples of these types of questions.
Yes, so he says again
For
that you
number
will be
one, the answer
tested
is C.
on point of view, literary devices, language conventions. Okay, because you learn how to author's craft contributes to the tone of the story, how he creates the tone of the story. So question number one, I want to explain something for you. There was something the Greek invented called xenophobia. Xenophobia is, I'll tell you what, if a stranger came to your town and you treat him badly, again, if a stranger came to your town and you treat him in a bad way, this stranger could be God disguised in the dress of poor.
Yes, I've heard a lot of stories about like that.
Yes, so if you treat him badly, you mean you treat your God badly, so God will take his revenge of you. So that's why they had to treat the strangers very well and get them into their homes, give their food, welcome them with hospitality. Why? Because they fear that he may be God disguised in order to check who is good with the poor people.
Yes, yes.
And if those people were bad, he will take revenge of them or punish them.
But I want to tell you something. Can I solve number two, but after Judy?
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So Judy, number one.
The answer is C.
Yes, why you
They bring
pick
disease, they're C.
Oh.
Because in the question they specify that xenophobia is fear of which is perceived to be foreign or strange.
Yes.
And in C, they mention that we can't have them in the schools. They're strangers. Their fear of the strangers makes them treat them with hostility.
Yes, dear, excellent. Thank you. Okay, Huda, number two.
Yes, another theme of the Grapes of Wrath is the impact of technology and industrialization on human activity, interactions, and self-concept. Read the following sentences from chapter 21 and answer the question that follows. There in the Middle and Southwest had lived a simple agrarian folk who had not changed with industry, who had not farmed with machines or known the power and danger of machines in private hands. They had not grown up in the paradox of industry. Their senses were still sharp to the ridiculousness of the industrial life, and then suddenly the machines pushed them out and they swarmed on the highways. Choose the sentence below that best expresses this theme. That there are two يعني A و B they may be I think okay هلا هون A, if farmers on the Great Plains had adopted technology they might have been able to overcome the Dust Bowl assault. Or B, while machines may make farming more efficient, in the wrong hands they can create an unfair advantage of wealthier farmers over those who use hand tools. يعني miss هلا first of all يعني it seems like B, but after the last sentence يعني if you read the last sentence it seems like A. So
in A he just gives you how can I say a statement about the.
Yes, I think it's B.
It's B, yes. Because
yeah,
in A he gives you a positive feeling or a positive attitude toward farming, And that's it. But in B, it is most accurately because he says the impact of machinery on people.
Yes, I will go with
Okay.
B, yes.
Okay, so it is yes, B.
Miss, can I
Okay. Yes,
Repeat?
please. Yes.
read the following passage and then answer the question that follows. The old couple sat in companion silence. The woman's thoughts roamed from her own youth to the daily dramas of her grandchildren, as the knitting needles in her hand clicked in busy industry. The man stared at the half-finished jigsaw puzzle in front of him, but his mind was back in the days of his own childhood, remembering how his mother he used to work on puzzles together. The point of view used in this special is the third person.
Yes, third person omniscient. Excellent. How did you know?
Because we can know what the woman is thinking and what the man is thinking.
Can I
Yes.
solve?
Yes, please, Dima, go.
Read the following passage and then answer the question.
It's C, right? Sorry, it's C.
Yes, see.
The question would answer.
Yes.
In the West, there was panic. When the migrants multiplied on the highways, men of property were terrified for their property. Men who had never been hungry saw the eyes of the hungry. Men who had never wanted anything very much saw the eyes of the hunger. Men who had never wanted anything very much saw the flare of want in the eyes of the migrants. And the men of the towns and of the soft suburban country gathered to defend themselves, and they reassured themselves that they were good and the invaders bad, as a man must do before he fights. It's a repetition of the word man. Men, not man.
Yes, it is, huh?
Repetition.
Yes, repetition of man. Excellent. So, girls, we stop here and we come after 5 minutes to solve 5 and 6. Okay? Try to get the answer in the break. Go wash your face and fresh up.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Don't be